Hi, welcome to another episode of 5 Business Rules. I'm Nicole Krug, digital strategist with Socialite.
And I'm Monika Jansen, head kick-ass copywriter and strategist at Jansen Communications.
So today we are talking about ways to get the most out of a free consultation. We know in the midst of a pandemic, selling might be difficult, but you can still build your pipeline, you can still build connections, and consultations are the way to do it. And these tips will apply both to vendors giving the consultation as well as prospective customers taking it.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing is to realize this is not really a selling environment. It's not a hard close. This is an opportunity to get to know each other and to know if you even have a potential to working together. Not only do your skills match, but do you just like each other, or is it one of those things that you're like, this is not going to work?
Yeah. Think of it as a first date. You don't go into a first date, planning to get married, by the end of the date. That it really is that building that relationship. This is the first step to building that relationship.
And as part of that building relationship, be very upfront in what you want out of the consultation. I had a call with some people that said, you know what, we want to look at social media, but we don't know what to expect. If it works, we're interested in working with you. But, I talked to them for a half hour, and within the first 5 minutes, I knew that this was not going to be a thing for them. And so we chatted for another 20 minutes or so, and I gave them some thoughts and options, and I was perfectly happy to do that because brainstorming like that is fun for me. But we know what to expect and to do that is and it makes it kind of, how do you say, I'm more willing to give you something if you're upfront. This is about advice. 30 minutes does not mean that I'm going to work for you for free.
Yeah, it's the equivalent to planning a wedding on your first right, to go back to that initial analogy. But it's good to have that information immediately. And you know what, and Nicole, I know you're the same way as I am. If in talking to you during this consultation, and I realize you're not the right fit, but you are the perfect fit for someone else I know, I am more than happy to make that introduction.
Absolutely. And it's this whole open, honest thing. I would much rather have you call and say, I have questions. Can you give me 30 minutes? Then can we go to coffee and I can pick your brain for a minute? I will. I'll give anybody 30 minutes. And, there have been a number of times that I talk to them and I say, this isn't right, but let me connect you with Monika because it's right for her. And, there's still value in both of those relationships. And so it is, be honest, be open, don't be sneaky. Come prepared though. You should know what you want to get out of it. Not your free work, but what are you trying to, when you're having advice or when you're trying to figure out perspective and first dates, what's your ideal goal? If it's information, if it's a quote, whatever, know what you want to ask. And finally, be respectful of time. A 30-minute consultation is a 30-minute consultation. That does not mean you can keep me on the phone for 90 minutes. And that is both as a vendor or as a prospect. Our time is valuable. And generally there is one consultation. If you have more questions or you want more advice, that starts to go into a paid relationship. But you can't keep having multiple free consultations.
No, people have to be respectful of your time, but you also have to be respectful of your time, right? And if you feel like if you're at minute 28 and the conversation doesn't seem like it's going to wrap up anytime soon, just politely say, I'm so sorry, I have a hard stop in 2 minutes, and then either decide on next steps or be like, or end the conversation.
Because there are some, and that's also, that is part of the getting to know you. Because I had an experience that was a referral, and I had this very lovely gentleman, but I could not get off the phone for 75 minutes. And then he asked me to meet in person after all this. And I talked to the girl that referred me, and she said, he really values the in-person connection and all that. And that's great for him. That's not what I do. I don't meet with clients in person on a weekly basis. And so that was actually a good thing to know that we weren't a fit. These are the times to have conversations and consultations, so that business can pick up at a later date. Thanks for joining us. And, you know, we know kids pop in and help you work.
Love it.
Bye.